the channel Home of Programming. In today's session, we will be continuing our second session of problem solving. In this second session, we will learn about flowchart and pseudocodes, right? In the previous session, I have told you what exactly an algorithm is, right? So, algorithm is a sequence of steps required to perform a specified task, right? So, here, flowchart is nothing but the graphical representation of sequence of step. That is, the graphical representation of your algorithm is known as flowchart, right? For drawing a flowchart, you can use Microsoft Word itself. In Microsoft Word, there will be an option for inserting a shapes, right? Using that, we can draw a flowchart. Alternatively, there is a software available for drawing a flowchart as well as checking whether the flowchart you have drawn is right or wrong, right? The software is Raptor. The logo of the software will be dinosaur, right? So I am giving the link of this particular software in the description box. You can download it using that link itself, right? So now we can move on to learn how to use the Raptor software, right? So this is a user interface of your software which will contain the title bar, which is nothing but your file name. After that, there will be a menu bar. After that, you can find the toolbar. So here in the left pane we are having set of symbols, and in the middle pane there is a portion for drawing a flowchart, right? So the flowchart will contain default as start and end symbols, right? So in that we can do any set of operation. The first symbol here is assignment symbol, which enables you to assign a value to a variable. For assigning a value to a variable, you can click on this assignment symbol and you can drag it over here, right? So just click and drag it here. So once you have dragged the symbol, just double click on it to enter a value. So when you double click on that particular symbol, enter statement dialog box will be shown with two options. One is set and to. In the set option, you can provide the name of the variable, and in the to option, value to a variable, right? So now I have given the value as value of the variable a to 5, right? So another one statement we can have as b. We can have another one variable, and let's set the value of b to be 10. And finally, we can have an output statement, right? So simply a plus b. So in the output statement, there is no need of providing a storing variable or a equal to symbol. So just run your program now. While running, you can see the execution flow of the flowchart, right? So here we are getting the output as 15, right? So just this is a way of creating a simple flowchart using Raptor, right? Now what we can do is we can remove these things and we can prompt the user to enter some value, and depending on that value we may predict whether the entered number is odd or even, right? So for that we can use the decision making statement here. Before that we can prompt the user to enter some value, right? So for prompting the user to enter some value, just click and drag this input symbol over here. So just double click it. The enter input dialog box will be shown. In the enter prompt here text box, you can enter the text like enter value for a, right? So and in the enter variable here, you can provide the name of the variable. So depending on this value, we are going to make a condition. So like if e modulo 2 equal to 0, why we are using e modulo 2 equal to 0 is any number which is divisible by 2 will obviously be even number, right? So if a number is divisible by a particular number, obviously the remainder will be 0. So to calculate the remainder, we need to use the operator modulus, right? So here e modulo 2 equal to 0. So if this particular condition is true, we can say that particular number is even number, right? Even number, right? So just press enter, and alternatively, if the condition is false, we can predict that entered number is an odd number, right? So now run your program. So it is prompting us to enter a value. I am giving the value as 5. So we are getting an output like entered number is an add number. So previous output is also here. If you don't want that previous output, you can clear it using the clear button. So this is a way of using decision making construct inside Raptor flowchart, right? So now what we can do is we can create a multiplication table flowchart, right? So for that, just remove all these constructs. So we need to prompt the user to enter the specific multiplication table number for which they are going to create a table, right? Let the value be n here. So another one is the limit, right? So either you can prompt the user to provide a limit, or alternatively you can set the limit to 10. So here I am going to set the n value as 10, right? So I am going to drag the looping construct over here, and what condition I am going to give is I less than or equal to 10. So before that we can assign the value of I to 1, right? So here I to 1. So I need to print the multiplication table from 1 to 10, and the multiplication pattern should be 1 into 5 is equal to 5. So the exact pattern of multiplication to be followed, right? So here I am going to provide a condition I greater than or equal to 10, right? So usually what we will do is, if I less than or equal to 10, we will print the number inside a looping, right? So why I am giving the condition I greater than or equal to 2 is, so look at this flowchart here. If the condition is yes, it is terminating the program, right? So if the condition is false, we can execute the specified instruction. So just keep in mind that depending on the flowchart you have drawn, your program will work, right? So there are multiple ways to create a solution for a problem, right? So here I am giving it as I greater than 10, right? So now what I am going to do is I am going to calculate a value, right? So let's say another one variable result, we can set it as I into n, right? So after that we can print the pattern of multiplication table, right? So I, after that int symbol 1 into 5, which is nothing but, so not 5, specified multiplication table which is entered by the user. After that we can have the equal to symbol. After that we can have the result variable, right? So after that we can increment the value of I, so that it keeps on looping, right, until the condition is false. So now run your program. It is asking us to provide a value. I am giving us 5. So you can check the execution flow here. So it is incrementing the value after printing the statement. So up to 10 it will print the value, right? So here you can, okay, so here the one thing is we have provided n also in double quotes, right? So just double click it. So just remove the double quotes for n, right? So now again you can run your program. You will get the output like 1 into 5 is equal to 5. So if the entered number is 5, right? So 1 into 5 is equal to 5, 2 into 5. So in this way we can have our looping construct using flowchart, right? So flowchart is nothing but a sequence of steps in a graphical format, right? So let's move on to pseudocode. Pseudocode is nothing but a programming construct itself, right? So instead of writing the whole program, we can use the set of keywords to create a construct of a program, so which is known as pseudocode, right? So for creating pseudocode also we are having a separate software called Scratch, which will be more interactive than Raptor, right? So we will have the demonstration of Scratch software in our next series. Until then, stay tuned with Home of Programming and subscribe to our channel for getting live updates regarding programming. Thank you.